was pretty good for us.
Yeah, he was. Anytime you're starting pitchers out there in the 7th, 8th inning, he's doing what he's supposed to do, and he's got good stuff. He can miss at times and still get some outs at times against certain people. His location wasn't great, but we got the 100, close to 100 pitches out of him, and like I said, 1 run through 7, I believe, or is it 8? I'm not sure if they're 8. So that's what we need out of our starting pitching. When we get starting pitching, we give ourselves a good chance to win. We usually were a little bit more offensive, but like I said, it starts on the mound and defensively, and we've done that. So.
How important is it that not only did he pitch well enough to keep you in the game, give you a chance to win, but going 8 innings helps your bullpen for the rest of the series?
Yeah, and our guys are pretty taxed right now. We've there's a lot of appearances out of that pen. But I have to continue to remember that he's a sophomore, from Buell, Idaho, that was a setup guy at best last year. He wasn't necessarily the setup guy, but he was a bullpen guy. And Pistoriusi's a freshman out of Montana, and Kleberad on game 3. So we got the youngest rotation in the Pac-12 for sure, and probably the youngest rotation in the country, I think. So I got to just keep that in mind and just remember these games that they do pitch well and they do stay out there quite a while. You got to remember those and build on those.
Talk about your defense, especially in the outfield. Kyle Johnson ran down a couple balls, and then the play by Monda down the left field line.
Yeah, two things Swinch brought up to the club. KJ is a guy we want to play more, and for him to play, besides the offensive part, he needs to do that. He's the only guy that I think on either club can make both those plays, and we got him shaded to the off gap, and he's got to spin and turn and go make 2 plays, which he did, and obviously he came up with the big hit, which was great. And Jason, that was the biggest RBI of the game, was the run he saved, because he doesn't catch it. It's a double. We're down 2-0, and then the game can be completely different. One's a lot different than 2. So, when you have 2 runners like that out there, and then plus with Jones and Wright, Jones is a really, really good defender. We feel like we could be really rangy out there and make a lot of plays.
Offensively, like you said, you didn't get a lot of runs tonight, but just your guys showed some heart coming back late in the ballgame to get a win. Some of you guys really haven't done this year.
Yeah, we haven't won a lot. We haven't had a lot of come from behind wins. It seems like when we have won, it was we jumped out early and we've had to hold on. So I was just telling the club, I think Arizona's ranked 4th right now, and I think they've been behind in 15 straight games. And I know they've won a lot of ball games. I think they just swept Stanford last weekend, which Stanford was the number 2 team in the country, and they came back all 3 games. So that's what good teams do, and hopefully this will help us down the stretch. Offensively, the whole key is score more than the other team, but I'd sure like to score more than we did.